Okay. Let's go ahead and knock this one out. It's your friendly neighborhood pink eternal ranger spider. We're gonna figure out a name on that. No. Let's try it again. It's your friendly neighborhood sailor eternal pink spider ranger man coming to you live from the lab lounge. Yes. Today we are going to be doing an experiment. So pick up your flasks, pick up your beakers, and your composition books. Okay? We're going to go ahead and jump into the third stage of grief, which is going to be bargaining. So, one thing about it and two things for sure, Ski. Marco and Julie are still dating. Yes, we want to give them a round of applause. A round of applause, yes. Bargaining is going to be the wrestling stage. It's going to be the line of defense stage. It's going to be the inverse of the modification stage of growth. So we already have our denial. We already have our angering. Hold on, your teacher needs coffee. And so far we've recapped, or so far we've basically explained that in order for us to be able to, 2 seconds. Yeah, that was Clarice. Oh, and apparently my representative Stacy is no longer going to be working with me. Apparently she put in a 2-week notice. However, we now have our new representative, Claudia Reposado. We basically touched on the fact that the anger is going to be the fuel. We have to accept the anger in order to accept that we are in denial. And once we are in denial, once we have accepted that we are in denial, that's still not a happy feeling, right? It's still not a place that we want to be. So naturally, instinctually, as human beings, we put up walls of defense. We put up wishes into the air and to try to manifest. Hi, Shadow. This is Shadow Wedo. And what I mean when I say that is, for example, if you are dealing with a breakup, you use what if or only if statements, right? So I'll just go back to my dad, for example. I can use statements like, what if he had been around? Or what if I was able to talk to him and ask him the questions that I wanted to ask him? What if there was something that I could have done to change those things? What if there was something that my family could have done to change some things? You know, I'm sitting here and I'm asking all of these questions instinctually as a form of defense against the pain and the anger that I feel. That's natural. Again, all of this is natural. So don't blame yourself for any of it. Okay? It's a process. And that is what the bargaining stage is. Yes, Claudia, that you can clear out all of Stacy's stuff. Just throw it out. No matter how many walls you build in order to defend yourself, and no matter how many defenses you put up to deflect or not feel the pain, you can't move forward until you do feel the pain. Okay? And this could be one of the longest stages of grief, especially depending on the type of loss that you are facing. Awareness is going to be a big key of that. That's why King Zanshin is in my name, because Zanshin in Japanese stands for awareness. As long as you are aware, or whenever you do tap into that awareness of that, these what if statements, these only if statements are only doing you more harm than good. You're not building a defense, you're building a weapon against yourself and using it on yourself. And that's some do it for the tribe shit. You don't do that. So, again, it is natural to do it and go through it, but you can't stay there. And that, my friends, is actually going to lead us into probably the hardest part of the grief process, which is going to be the depression. We're literally standing on top of this wall of thorns and spikes that we've built. And now, after we've broken them all down, we're going to fall into depression, which again is natural, which again is valid, which again is needed. But we're going to pick ourselves right back up. We're going to talk about that depression tomorrow on the next episode of Lab Lounge, now starring Claudia Reposado. So, it's your friendly neighborhood Sailor Eternal Pink Spider Ranger Man, aka Ghost, signing out.